Okay, this week will be a great week because it is no longer the first or second week of the month. I think that the main moves that are anticipated could finally begin this week, such as the drop of the dollar. So going to the one that actually matters. So on the weekly time frame, we're still very much maintaining lower highs, lower highs. So I'm not interested in taking any buys when it comes to the dollar. So I'm not interested in like GU sells or EU sells or UCAD buys or UJ buys. It's all the opposite. So the main thing that I'm waiting for is just a break out of this kind of trend line. And I thought this was a breakout, and it was. It's just if I had any reserves about it or concerns, I could just draw that little level. And I did have concerns, honestly, when it closed back in this range. I was like, bro, it's not done. So if I can get a just a simple break out of here, then I can start to, really do what to do again because then everything else would be flowing. That would cause UJ to drop, GU to fly, which is overdue for flying, UCAD to drop, EU to fly, and yeah. Then the last trade I took on Friday was actually an oil trade. It was a really nice, beautiful trade. The price ends up coming back down here, it could potentially go back bullish. But again, my main focus for this week is just watching the dollar. That's all. That's all. But today I did get into a trade because I saw something that looked really, really good. Really good. So my reasoning for getting into this trade is, okay, first of all, I go to the monthly time frame. Previous monthly candle was a bullish engulfing. How beautiful is that? It's really beautiful. Now, it's not like at a level of support. However, we are heading to this level up here because that is our next major zone. On the weekly time frame, the weekly flow is very much nice and bullish. Higher lows are maintaining, higher lows are expected. Um, so this key level is kind of interesting because I can see it on the monthly, but I can't see it on the weekly. Let's see if I can see it on the daily. I mean, this was a very strong level for the daily when it comes to level of support, and then was acting as resistance at one point, and then now, if it continues bullish, it'll be a nice strong level of whatever the fuck. But I had a little bit of reserves because it didn't come all the way down here, and I was like, I don't know about that. However, the lack of that, I feel like this trend line made up for it. This right here. So we got salam, salam, and then we're back on this level. Okay. Now, when it comes to the price action, what really did it for me was okay. So this is the 4 hour chart, and we know it's a good time frame to take confluences off of. So we have, okay, lower highs maintained this whole time, and then we started getting boom and engulfing. Boom, another engulfing. And not only do we have all those engulfings, but it's breaking and has broken a level of resistance on the 4 hour. So I said, okay, cool. I really like this. We have price action on the 4 hour confirming a turnaround. We're touching a trend line that is holding up this current weekly bullish run. And then on top of that, I pull out my fibs and I see, okay, cool. Point A, like this is the last higher low. Even this is the last higher low. But either way, we're still deep enough to where it's really, really good. So I don't even have to have this on there anymore. All right. So another thing of confluent. And then we go down to see if the counter trend line that has been holding from here has actually been broken. And when the 1 hour close, actually I went off of the 15-minute candle close. I ain't even gonna lie. After this candle close bullish, outside of this, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this trade. I'm gonna go ahead and take this trade because right now I don't feel comfortable taking US trades when I know that it's not in the overall flow at the moment. It's just, I don't know, it's not worth the risk to me. So this is the trade I got into, and that's the only trade that is even worth looking at to me at the moment. So just gonna see how far this goes. I think that if I see what would make me come out of this trade, because my first take profit, it is this, but at the same time, I can have moments where I'm also just, being careful and taking some profits out, which is extremely important. I learned that from my mentor. So this could be my first take profit level. I could take out like 10% and then put the rest of my trade at break even. Then when it comes up here, I could take out another, I'll take out 40% and then put my stop loss in profit. And if it wants to run, then it can run. But yeah, this is the only trade that I'm in right now. And the dollar, I don't even want to say, oh, the dollar's gonna go bullish today, but I know that the US pairs usually make its main move around 11, 12 o'clock. So the fact that, like, if I was looking for buys, what I would be looking for is a double bottom to form, like, like for it to hit like that. And then once it does that, usually it continues bullish. But I don't know. The first thing I did see was this rejection and then another rejection, which actually means that it's probably going to end up continuing bullish because this happened at 9:30-ish around that time. And again, like I just said, the main move usually appears around 11 or 12 o'clock. So not really interested in the dollar until it breaks below this level, then I'll be grateful. And then we can really start, attacking the US dollar pairs. But aside from that, that's all I got. Happy trading, y'all.